Have you ever felt that you're always trying to fit in? Whether it's at work or in a friend's group, or maybe even just online on social media. Maybe you're trying to dress a certain way, you're trying to talk a certain way, and maybe you're even trying to hide parts of your personality just because you want to fit in and you don't want to be judged or to be excluded by the people around you. As humans, this is a natural tendency because we have this innate mentality to be in a group, to feel safe, and to make life easier for ourselves. But the hard truth is, your need to fit in might be the thing which is actually ruining your life. This is what is keeping you small. It is keeping you from becoming the best version of yourself to reach your highest potential, and it is leading you off track from who you're really meant to be. If you actually want to break free from this urge to fit in, you need to understand why you feel this urge and why it is so hard to break. Firstly, our childhood conditioning that we received to be normal like the other kids around us, whether it's getting marks like them or behaving like them, to get approval from our parents, from our teachers. This is the reason we started trying to fit in the first place. Although it feels safe as a child, as we grow older, this trying to fit in becomes a deeply ingrained habit, which is hard to break, even if it's suppressing who you truly are, even if it's suppressing your true identity. This shows up at different times in your life. Maybe you want to say something different from the people around you, maybe in a meeting or a casual friends gathering, but you stay quiet because you don't want to sound foolish or you don't want to be the only person having a different opinion. Sometimes we try to go along with other people's plans even if we don't enjoy them, just because we don't want to be judged or we don't want to be excluded. All these small adjustments add up slowly, and eventually, you're no longer your true self. You become someone who everyone wants you to be. And the real cost of all this is, at some point, you no longer know what you really like, what you truly believe in, or what you actually want, because you just know one thing, and that is to make everyone else happy, even if it's at the cost of your own happiness and fulfillment in life. Your life will be all about meeting expectations which you haven't set for yourself. And it's all about meeting people's expectations of who you're supposed to be, chasing something which is not meaningful to you at all. How do you break free from this? First of all, you need to identify what your values are. What are the things which feel meaningful to you? How do you want to live your life? What are the most important values you want to be living your life based upon? Identify these values and start acting in a way which is truly aligning with your values. Take small steps towards living a life that is meaningful to you and cultivate being true to yourself. In every situation, assess whether it is something you really want to do and it aligns with your values, or you're doing it just because you want to be accepted by others. For example, you have a very strict study routine, you're preparing for some exam, and you have been following this routine for the past few months very strictly. And suddenly, your friends show up, they are going for a movie, and they ask you to join. What will you do? Will you go to the movies just to please your friends, even if you don't want to go and you have a lot to study? Or will you just say, no, thank you, some other time and focus on your studies? Every decision you make, big or small, do it because you want to do it, not because you want to look good in someone else's eyes. Find your tribe. When you have people around you who share similar values and interests, there is no longer a need to fit in. You just belong there. Make an effort to make real connections with the people around you. Understand who they are. Ask questions, express your opinions, and see if they are someone who shares the same values and interests as you. And when you find your tribe, you don't have to try hard to be accepted. You are one of them, and there is no pressure anymore. And don't fall prey to social comparison. When you are in a group, there is always someone ahead of you. and someone who's way behind you, who's just behind you. But when you don't compare where you are in relation to others, you don't feel the need to fit in or to compete with them, or you don't feel the urge to do something just because you want to look like someone else or someone else is doing it. You may not be able to make strong connections with everyone you meet, but you will find people who will be accepting of you, who will accept you for who you truly are. And understanding and accepting this is the key to making the shift from trying to fit in to a sense of belonging. The connections you make with these people are going to be real, meaningful, and liberating. Stop chasing fitting in and start seeking a feeling of belonging. Fitting in just means changing yourself so that people will accept you, but belonging means showing up as your true self and finding the people who accept you for who you truly are. So start small, say what you actually want to say, what you actually think, even if it's not that popular. Wear what you like, not what is trendy. Spend time with the people who energize you, who bring out the positive in you, not the people who drain you. Your need to fit in might be something which is keeping you safe, which is giving you the feeling of being safe. But safe is not the same as being fulfilled in life. And fitting in is about raising yourself to be liked by somebody else. But belonging is about being yourself and still being loved. So the next time you feel the urge to shrink, to make yourself smaller, to blend in, to silence who you are, remember this. You don't need to fit in. You need to stand out as yourself. And that's where your real life begins. If you did like this video, please give it a like and share it with your friends and even consider subscribing to my channel. I'll see you in another video. Until then, you take care.